Alright, well, I'm not gonna explain what happened last game when you guys weren't here. I'm gonna let Fel explain what happened last game while you guys weren't here. As you all are in the same tavern, you had the disappearing... She's much harder to throw off the desk.
Reese?
Yes, Reese. She's not even heavier, she just fights more. If you, when she's on the desk, if you like slap the back of her legs, she'll walk off. Yeah, so you just gotta anyway. You can't pick her up because she's like a fucking ninja.
I'm the only one who can pick her up because I'm not afraid.
I can pick her up, she'll just scratch the shit out of me. But, anyway.
Yeah, my sister have a cat, and her arm was full of, like, scratch mark, and I was like,
Yeah.
Why?
It's, when I first got Taco, my dad got her from, like, a construction site, and she was covered in, like, the concrete dust, like lime and everything. I'm like, well, the cat shouldn't lick that off, because she's like a kitten, she'll, like, poison herself. I don't know what it's in concrete. So I gave her a bath. And it looked like I tried to kill myself. Like, how many cuts were on my arms?
Oh no.
And Stephanie was there, and Stephanie's extremely allergic to cats. And so Stephanie was trying to help me bathe the cat, but she kept like, it was either let her claw me into oblivion, or let her go for a second, and like, because we were in the bathroom, we just shut the door. But she'd climb on top of my back, because she knew I couldn't reach her there. And so Stephanie, I gave her like latex gloves so she could like rip the cat off my like back and put her back in the bathtub so you could wash her.
Oh my gosh.
It took us like 30 fucking minutes.
Are you sure that's a cat's a demon? I mean,
To be fair, I was a stranger trying to drown her. So I get it. And that's from her perspective. Anyway. Yeah, so you guys, you have the disappearing disease, and you come back into the, material plane from wherever you go when the disappearing disease happens to you, and you're sitting in the tavern with just Fel. So Fel, you're sitting with Spike doing whatever you were doing. I think you were crafting or something. But
yeah,
then,
I was drinking and crafting.
And then all of a sudden, Spike disappears, and Kara and Kat are back.
First of all, how much money were all those holy symbols worth again?
I think, Kat, you wrote that down, right? That's the first thing you ask him as they pop back into the real world?
Oh, this is just me metagaming.
Oh, okay.
Because we technically sold it because she disappeared, but she just left a crate full of symbols just right there, and like...
Just for convenience sake, let's say that you had them or something, but... I said there were like 600, right, Kat? Or did you write that down?
That is exactly what you told me.
Okay, so...
Right, 150.
No, I believe it was 1 million.
I'm never letting you have as much money as Serial had, ever again.
What am I gonna do with a monk?
That whole game was broken because y'all had so much goddamn money.
Well, and also gave us, infinite resources because we were celebrities.
Basically, yeah. Infinite resources in Thudersgrem, but then you guys never fucking left Thudersgrem. So... Anyway.
I just go ahead and slide them their share of the gold and be like, alright, listen guys, you're gonna have to get it cool with a whole bunch of stuff really quickly.
What does that mean?
It means that, we now have 2 divine quests?
Oh?
Okay, so basically, our, mechanical and animated, companion is now, a messiah. Go figure. And, we now have a not only definitive lead, but the exact location of, the divine candidate for, a brand spanking new god.
Is it the soulmate?
Yeah, we kinda not only found him, but got his name and location.
Oh, what is his name?
Henry Kuthazar, King of Thudersgrem.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's yeah.
So we had to kidnap the king.
That
What if
would
we-
be bad
what if
for
we-
everyone involved.
What if we just convince him that the love of his life?
That's what I was leaning to. I mean, what's a greater legacy for a king than, ascending to, godhood.
Right, alongside this nation that is in conflict with basically everybody.
Not
So-
necessarily yet. I mean, they kind of rub everyone the wrong way, but Sankarel is kind of the same way. I mean, culturally, they're pretty similar.
So does this king want to
You
be
don't actually know
God?
anything about Thudersgrem.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair. I'll give you that.
So we know that whoever on our side, whatever that king is, Claudius.
Emperor Claudius, yeah.
Yeah, Claudius wants to be ascend to godhood, but does this king want to do that also?
I would
he's
say,
a king, so, might as well.
Kat, having grown up here, do you want to make a history check? See
Absolutely.
how much you know about Thudersgrem just existing?
And then adding the history is 17.
17. Okay, so you've actually heard about them a lot. You would know that right this moment they are allied with Golbury because they're building a highway between the two of them. That's kind of the biggest news with them at the moment. I'd say you also know that King Henry is really young. He's only 17.
Oh.
You would know that the previous king was the champion of Omater, so he's extremely powerful. Also, Thudersgrem is the largest anti-religion and anti-magic community in the world. There's about 800,000 people there, and magic is incredibly regulated. You also know that the newest lord there, Lord Victor Yegrin, was one of the people who helped banish Vecna.
I see. Okay.
What is his name again?
Woohoo?
What is the name you just mentioned?
The
help-
lord?
Yeah, what is the lord name?
Lord Victor Yegrin.
Who helped defeat Vecna?
It's several people, and then that guy lives in Thudersgrem. It's basically, it was everyone else who helped banish Vecna kind of dropped off the map. I think make me another history check to see if you know more about, because being from Sankarel, you would have heard that Vecna's banished, but not who did it.
Me or
No, Kat, make a history check.
Kat,
'cause
right?
You're from Acadia, so you'd know.
19!
Okay, you'd know that it was several people. It was, I guess Augath, who you've met before, was also on the team. Lord Victor Yegrin, though he went by Vic the Cynic back then. And then someone named Serial, who went on to become the champion of Vivian, although she's kind of dropped off the map, as the rest of the Vivianites have also, as they became, prepper spies. And then, or you would especially, I guess, being a Vivianite, know exactly who the fuck Serial is. She was an elf, very charismatic, and...
Stupid rich.
Stupid rich, yeah. I think you had, what was it, 10,000 gold when we started?
No, it was 60,000.
60,000, yeah, 60,000 times 7.
But I use it all up.
Yeah, I know, but y'all made a bunch of money since then. Here, hold on. 60,000. I just want to do it for my own sake. Times 70. Yeah, that's $4 million. When you just walked into their life. And so, oh shit.
Oh, that was loud.
And then there was another guy, a goblin named Yoda, who actually is one of they're called the Dane. It's metagaming here. They're just Jedi. And then also one guy named Mongor, who actually is the chief of a half-orc human orc tribe in Lahuya, and they kind of built their own town afterwards. It's a small town, but they're doing that. Yeah, but since kind of after Vecna, I'd say Augath and then Lord Yegrin are the only ones who have a visible hand in modern proceedings of things. I mean, who knows where Serial or Yoda are right now? Who knows what they're influencing? But no one really knows where they are right now, which is weird because they're worldwide celebrities because they banished a god once. Yeah.
Just stupid stuff.
Yeah. Just normal stuff.
Oh, it was vague. I was like, gosh, you use his full name. I've never used
Yeah.
that one. I was like, oh, who?
No.
Oh, now I remember. Okay, Vic.
When he became a lord, he changed his name back to Victor and gave himself a
Okay.
surname, and
Got
Gotta
it.
sound
got it.
noble at the very least.
he has 8 fucking kids.
Wow, he has been busy. Oh, his wife has been busy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what? No, it's 7 kids, and she had 3 sets of identical twins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe she had 4 sets of identical twins and finally had a son, and that's when he decided to get the snip.
Yeah, so Lord Victor Aegrin is also one of the first people to ever get, what is it? Not a hysterectomy. A vasectomy, there you go. It's a new technology here in 1800s analogous technology world. But I actually Googled when was the first vasectomy performed in order to kind of justify it to myself. Of that would be a thing that happens.
Yeah, it was like early 1800s. It was actually,
Yeah.
and it was just successful, man.
But then again, technology's kind of regressed because they have magic instead, but then Thudersgrem doesn't have any magic, so they would be actually better. But then again, there's no worldwide research, it's just them, so it's kind of behind, kind of ahead.
In some areas, there's not. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as actually mass production and industry, they're miles ahead.
They probably like cut you open and then heal you with magic. Like instead of doing stitches or anything.
I have an interesting question. So, in your world, vasectomy is invented before condom?
No, condoms are condoms have been around since what? 300
just
BC.
No.
Yeah,
He
I
had
know.
condoms, he just didn't want to use them.
In
or
the
they
real
kept breaking.
world, it has been made since like the ancient times.
Yeah.
Condoms.
But I was just saying, in your world, you go straight to vasectomy, but not condoms.
Oh
I
no,
get
no,
it.
no. This is why. Why the fuck would you use condoms?
To not have a
Okay.
ninth child.
Okay. I mean,
Hey,
pro-choice, I guess.
Now, see, the thing is I actually rolled to see, like, okay, well, you have a kid. All right, how many, like I did, like, the actual percentage to see if it would be twins or not, and the percentage of identical twins. And I kept getting 97s. Like, god damn.
That's evident that it is genetics. So maybe you.
Well, see, the thing
You have siblings that are twins.
Twins are passed down through women, not men.
yeah, so
I mean, I'm about to say your wife. So you
Lady
roll
Marcy
like that.
Yeager and this is twin prone, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so,
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so, we got, so that's our heading, so we can either try
So, oh sorry,
So-
you go, keep going.
the head paladin and head cleric of Pan kinda, know we're from San Carel. They do not know the extent of what we know, what we're here for. All they know is that King Henry is critical to the future of San Carel, to the people of San Carel, which is not a lie. That is the truth.
we argued about this, yes.
Wait, they know that they know that the other side looking for him.
They don't know who exactly is looking for him. I was very vague on that.
Okay. So
all they know is that people are looking for in San Carel who completely are nameless. All they know is that
I believe you said a tribe.
yeah, we said a tribe, which is the truth. A tribe is just a group of people.
It's 11 million
Oh,
people,
wow.
yes.
Yeah, we are from a tribe from the south, and that we are looking for, our chosen one to be basically, he is pivotal to the future of our people. I didn't tell them that he is pretty much a candidate to become a new god. Yeah, all they know is that this guy is key to the future, and that is it.
So, according to what Kat just tell me, that place does not want to have a god. Basically, they don't worship anything, right? They're against magic, against like they're not religious, right? They're not religious.
But
So why
they
would
might be
she
religious
think
if it's
want to
coming
be a
from one of
god?
their own.
Right. That's what I was just thinking.
So
You know, somebody who shares their ideals, you know, who exemplifies their culture.
okay, maybe it worked. Maybe you just ask the guy like, hey, you can be a god, would you want to? And if he say yes, then we're like, oh, do we have a way for you? Right? Do we have a deal for you? You know,
True.
like I mean, if
But
that is fine.
From what I've been told, that is an ass ton, and that's an ass ton of walking to the north. And then we've got to convince him to make an ass ton of walking to the south. See, now what I'm thinking is we scoot back over to the Vivianites, get that, pick up our good friend Sergeant Castaneda, get him and his stone of teleportation, and we fucking forget about the mech suit, you know, like the exoskeleton that, you know, he was looking for. We drag his ass up with us to Thudersgrem. We convince the king to join us, we teleport the fuck out of there, and bing bang boom, we're in, you know, we're gravy.
Perfect. Sounds like a great idea.
Then we're back in North Korea.
Oh, question. What if the king say no?
Then bing bang boom, we teleport him back to North Korea.
So you kidnap him against his consent.
Well,
That's what kidnapping is.
And Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
So how do you? I mean, they're not gonna leave the king there for us to kidnap.
He might. We do not know this guy. And once again, if we float the idea of, you know, divinity towards him, he might just say yes.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, what if it's gone wrong, and then, you know.
Well, see, he doesn't know that. We don't know that.
And then when we explain the thing, everything to him, and he was like, "Oh, the other guy just want to be a god. These are spies. Let's kill them."
They are like two halves of the whole of the soul.
I mean, does he
So
buy
pretty much,
that?
he won't die. Neither will Emperor Claudius. I think their consciousness will just expand upon itself.
Oh,
Because they
okay.
technically are the same person, but just separated from themselves.
I mean, the whole point. Everything go down to will he listen to us, and
Well, we can't find out unless we go there.
Right? yeah.
There's
I mean, we
also
go in there
another
for
situation
sure.
that kind of just got dropped at our feet.
What was that, Hip?
I mean, yeah, we're going there. I mean, you have to try.
But then
Right.
there's also another situation that got dropped at our feet.
Oh?
Yeah, Hey, Rover, do your best impression of Spike for us right quick.
He stands bone straight and then touches where the laurel would be and kind of like makes a grinding noise on his forehead, and then Mime's opening a book and Mime's freaking out, and then he closes it again.
Good boy. Give him a pat on the head. So, yeah, that...
Clink,
yeah, so, our other robot friend, our not as friendly and faithful robot friend,
Rover gives you a peace sign.
yeah. Good boy. So our other robot friend is basically the messiah of Pan. Actually spoke to the god from what he admitted. Now, to be fair, I was fairly high during this part of him describing what the actual experience was like.
Uh-huh.
But
I forgot you got super.
I was kinda maybe a little super duper high. But he has pretty much been given a quest by Pan, or I guess more of an opportunity by Pan to pretty much ascend, you know, to his champion by sacrificing, what was it, like 10,000 people to just, you know, reseed the cold lines, which will, you know, inevitably save 100,000, maybe even millions of folks. I mean, in Lahuya, you know, I really don't know much about their history and all that, only that, you know, they're kind of fucked because of the cold line pretty much making them completely live on the coast.
Okay, so this ritual required the death of 1,000 people or something
Yeah. But,
to sacrifice.
yes.
Yeah.
But, the question is, what order do we do this in? We can do one sacrifice, or we could do the sacrifice of 1,000,000 people to bring somebody into godhood, and maybe they'll, like, you know, throw a bit of their power towards Pan's plan. Pan's plan. And, you know, reduce that sacrifice down to maybe 1,000, maybe 500.
I'm gonna say, like, if does King Henry care about the coal front? I mean, the coal.
I mean, his people literally live in the cold line, and granted, while that... Have you seen the map of Thudersgrem, like, or like the
I
area?
don't know if you've seen a map from Acadia. Or no, you would have during your seminar in the Vivianite place. So you'd know... Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you guys would know that Thudersgrem is above the cold line, and they exist kind of like in a bubble.
Okay, so yeah, like, strategically speaking, I mean, that's like their greatest defense, but also it you know, keeps them from ever expanding. So it's like kind of like a gilded cage for them. So they might have mixed feelings about that.
So So it sounds like an opportunity for us to be like, oh, we get the coal line erased. Can you do us a favor and, you know, go to another one, become God? I don't know.
Or we pitch the idea of him becoming God and receiving the cold line. Giving him the
Then what
power to
is?
empower us to receive the cold line. Yeah.
But I mean, again, I don't know if he cares. That's the thing, though.
Well, the cold line affects his people much more directly than, you know, practically anything else.
What if we just kill 10,000 criminals and to receive the cold line?
You can't
We
see
know,
me,
we
but
just-
I'm nodding. I hadn't thought of that before.
That's
we
a great
just
idea.
gather a bunch of criminals and then we're like, oh, hey, here are the sacrifice. Let's kill them.
Go
I mean,
to the
Onator
woven,
and Tyr would be down for that.
go to the Woven Ducato and Nigamesh and just nuke the place.
Yeah, is there like a prison? Like, how many prisoners are here? Like, bad people? We
The-
just like,
The largest prison in the world is in Nigamesh, and there's about 3,000 inmates there every day.
there you go. We're just gonna be like, hey, inmate, we're gonna make your life useful. Chop off their heads, get their blood. I don't know what you do with it. You know, bathe in it. I don't know.
I don't
And
think that's how
somehow
sacrifices work.
get rid
I
of
think
the
that's just
colon.
more hedonism.
I don't know. I mean, if we do that, I don't know. Maybe God can do that, or we could just sacrifice those people and get rid of the line.
Well, once again, if we ascend Henry to godhood, and Claudius, I think they'd be down with just killing a shit ton of inmates and then using that smaller sacrifice to then receive the cold lines.
So I mean, if they have the power of a god already, they don't have to sacrifice anything, right? They're just like,
Well,
the coal
Pan
line
has
is
the
gone.
power of a god, but it's still pretty much the sacrifice is to appease Umberly. This is completely Umberly's fuckery. It's another
Oh, boy.
god, saying fuck y'all. I'm making shit icy.
Okay, here's what I'm worried about, though. All the gods all people have ever gone to godhood has like thing that they've done in their lives, and like they have this ideal, they have this like a suffer, and they have like they are idealists. They are like I don't know. I don't follow a lot of religions, but like they ascend to godhood for a reason. We give this to fuckers who doesn't do shit in life become God. What are they gonna fucking do though?
Well,
What this kind of decision they make?
Well, I
The
mean,
Raven
we
Queen.
all agree that Claudius is a great leader, right?
What was that?
Is he though?
You better watch your treacherous fucking mouth.
Oh, I'm not there. I don't fucking care. I'm in another place. I'm just saying. This, I don't know, the 17 years old to make a decision as a god? Or whatever.
But you
that guy
have
is.
the Emperor to guide him.
Yeah, the Emperor's only 25.
It sounds like we either create two definitely terrible gods.
Actually, it's just one.
Yeah, it's just one. Oh, to become one? Is there something?
Yeah. They're soulmates. They're pretty much two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, like, I was just wondering. What have these fucker do to deserve that?
A prophecy?
Like, I don't know. They were born to it.
There's only
know.
been all the rest of the gods were like already kind of, they just like appeared, and there only been 4 that were mortals and then became gods. There's Vivian, Vecna, the Raven Queen, and Saint Cuthbert. Those are the 4 that have ascended.
Yeah, like they going through some shit, and then they have their own, philosophy. You know what? I want them to make me a presentation of what they're gonna do as a god before I decide. Like a PowerPoint at least, or like.
I mean, the first thing Claudius is going to do is not murder you for being treasonous. So there is that.
Oh, but I run from him. Remember, I run from that place. So I'm not planning on going back.
Are you still doing that ruse?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have always been running away from that place. So I don't know.
We're in a safe space. I mean, I look over at the bartender. Is he like even bothering to pay attention to us?
No, it's probably like 6 p.m. There are people in this bar, but they're like doing their own shit.
See, no one gives a fuck. You can drop the
I mean, a person had to be consistent with myself here. I just have to say, like, I have questions for all these, for these 2 fuckers. But still gonna do it. Then we're gonna do it. If it helps people, then I agree.
Yeah, but the question is, which do we even bother trying to go to first? I say we try to do the whole godhood thing first.
I agree. I definitely think that should be the first thing.
Okay, I follow the group.
Cool.
I will
We're
follow
in
your decision.
Golgari, and Augath is here. And the helpful clerics and paladins of Pan told us that Augath is pretty much a direct line to Henry. In fact, he's even teleports there, to and fro, quite often.
Oh.
We can just skip all this journeying and just go straight there. The question is, do we tell this man, this half-giant, clearly powerful, mage, anything about this plan?
The answer is no. No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I second that motion.
I agree with that as well.
I need to figure out what day it is if you guys are gonna like try and teleport there, because that depends. That's gonna what day you guys go is gonna change what is fucking happening. And I haven't kept good track of that. I don't think. I've just been saying, it's vaguely whenever, because I need to figure out, because it's pre-revolution. When was the last time I wrote down what day it is? Or no, I wrote it down in the next game because you guys got to San Carell, when you got to Macadia on day 370. And how many days has it been since then? Let me read my notes. You guys keep talking while I fucking figure this shit out.
Okay.
So yeah, we can just skip all the journeying and all the, sleeping in stables and bullshit and just pop into existence in Thudersgrem, and then if we just drop the whole Sankarelian deal and request to see the king, I think that would be so exotic they'll have no choice but to grant us an audience.
I mean, we can just add August to get us there to have a visit. I don't think he will say no to that, right? Like we just go there for fun.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. But the thing is, why would he?
I mean, we were just like, we just want to do that if you could help us. That'll be nice of you. And he seemed like a nice guy who is needy enough to help a stranger. I don't know.
Okay, dude, I'm not for this option, but I am throwing it out there anyway. What if we do tell him
to avoid
most
telling
of
him
the
our
truth?
true plan or whatever plan.
Yeah, but what if we tell him most of the truth?
I feel like that is a slippery slope for an intelligent person. It might just like, connecting the dots. It's just,
He may,
I don't
but
think
the
that's
thing
safe.
is if we give him enough of the dots that he is satisfied with that, he'll naturally assume we're leaving out shit, but we leave out the worrying bits. He'll still assume the worst, but it will be, if we get a lot of the worrying bits out of the way. Like, hey, listen, you can probably tell by our very funky accents, we are not from around here. And we're looking for basically your godson. Not to kill him, let us get that right out of the way. I would like to have an audience with that. Do you think that would be, an audience with, your godson and, King of Thudersgrem?
There's a lot of follow-up question. If you just say that to him, he's gonna be like investigating us.
True.
And one wrong word and it get us in a sea of troubles. I'm just saying.
Okay, so wait. The guy is 17, right? The godson?
Yes.
Would I know if he was married?
Yeah, you would actually, I should have said this earlier. You would know that he's married and his wife is only 13.
Oh, I see.
I mean, to be fair, the Emperor's, his, youngest wife is, 12?
His youngest wife is 10.
Oh, yeah, see?
But is that a giant's age different or what is this?
Well, Claudius is 25, 26, and his youngest wife is 10, so, I mean, that's not that big a deal.
That's a very big deal. That's a child.
That's a child.
For Sankarel, that's nothing. She bleeds, she breeds.
No, that's the worst thing you could possibly say. I knew you were gonna say it too.
So,
Yeah,
Kat, did you see my point? I don't know what this fucking thing's doing.
Also,
I don't even know their characters.
by the way, that you guys spent 5 days in Macadia and you found out who the Emperor's soulmate is. So it's day 375, which I'm pretty sure means that the Campaign 2 party's still in Edgewater killing Rowan Farlight right now.
Oh,
So,
fun.
Yeah. Just as an aside, I'm sorry. Go ahead. But,
Oh, we're about to fuck some things up, aren't we?
yeah, I should have made this take longer. It'll be fine though.
I mean, we can just if we want to talk to Augath, we need to invite him to dinner, talk about his beliefs, get to know him a little bit, so we have some groundwork to work on to build up our cases.
True, but the thing is that he will also be doing the same for us, and he might be picking against us. If we come at him and we keep him on the defensive...
I mean, if you go in and talk to him like that, he's gonna know anyways. He know our true purposes.
If we invite him for dinner and we start probing him, he's gonna immediately be like, alright, what the fuck do these people want?
At least slowly, at least we get enough of him and enough of us. We give out a little bit, he gives out a little bit. We can get a sense of it. If you go there and give out all out purpose in one place at the same time, he
won't have enough time to properly think it through, and he might see things our way.
Or he would see it in a very wrong way and kill us. He would be
That is a gamble. That is the gamble.
So do you?
Which is why we have a very charismatic changeling to, voice our shit.
So, I mean, I need to know what others think about God, about just simple things. We ask him for dinner, hey, what do you think about God? That's a simple question. What do you think about God? What do you think about
To be fair,
this? What do you think about that?
The easiest way to do that? This boy is 17 years old. His wife is 13. He has not been with a woman. I mean, there are some things that we could convince him, get him high on some devil grass, and then we can get real deep.
I mean, at 17, there are people who wise at 17, so I don't know.
I'm
Yes, there are also a lot fewer who are, especially men. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm gonna circle back around that you're convincing the king to do this in front of his guards.
He's the king. You think that he has rules? You think that he's concerned about being caught with some devil grass? This boy is not worried about it.
Yeah, like, I don't think we are a threat to him. He has an army. So we just go there and talk to him.
So what if me and Kara go in, looking cute, ask for an audience with the king?
Sure, I'm not doing underage kids though. I'm not doing that.
An audience alone with a monarch.
Yes.
Also, technically, to your point, Hip, he's part giant and part orc, and those, like, they mature much faster. So technically, him being 17, it's the equivalent of him being 18. Like, so there's not, like, really a legal age of consent in this place, but he is considered, though a young adult, an adult.
That is very complicated. Oh, I'm an elf too, I should know this.
Yeah. And, like, so elves, the, like, elven kind of unofficial age of consent is, like, 80 or so.
Yeah.
How are you?
I am... Oh, let me take a look. I said I always start a game with a 30. Oh, but an elf, I always go for 30. Is that a young elf? Right? 30 is a young elf.
You're basically a child.
If you're 30, you'd be, like, the equivalent of being 5.
Oh,
let's say you're, like... Let's say you're like 130.
130, yeah, 130. I will be like an adult elf.
Like, have we been walking around with a fucking preschooler?
No, like, so elves are like infants for like a decade. So
she sure act like one.
No wonder you're immature. You're only 70. Fuck.
I'm only 70.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys, but I'm gonna say, I don't think Augath's gonna have any question of us going there. If just we ask him, like, hey, can we, get a ride? He would be like, hopefully, would be like, okay. If he doesn't, then,
I don't think I'm going to be welcome there. And I motion towards my robotic friend.
I mean, why are you not? You're a giant, right?
True,
you would
but
be.
I motioned back to my robotic friend.
Technology? Are they against technology or just against, like, magical stuff? This is a new thing. Maybe they get curious and they will invite you in.
I mean, once again, we are pretty exotic, but do you think that will be enough to convince to get an audience with the king?
I mean, if there's nothing, we can ask Augath to be like, can we? I mean,
okay, all right.
I don't know.
Let's
I don't know.
This guy out.
We need to learn information about this guy. We're gonna need his help. We're gonna get him on his side. I mean, get him on our side or something like that before we reveal all our true purposes.
Let's talk to Garfield, see what he thinks of August.
Augath.
Oh, sorry, excuse me, Augath.
Garfield know Augath?
What was that?
Garfield know Augath?
Remember we dropped him off there?
Oh. Yeah, but he didn't know Augath before, right? It's not, like, they're not friends.
I mean, we're friendly with, Garfield, and he is currently working with Augath on some project.
Okay, then maybe we ask Garfield first and see how this Augath is like, and then we're gonna go talk to Augath. And then, just to, like, keep it safe so that we don't get blown up.
I mean, once again, if we're not actually posing a threat, I don't think he'll kill us. I just think, he'll fuck over any future plans to talk to the king.
I would just... I mean...
I was enlightened that photo we saw, that portrait we saw in Augath's office was a picture of him and, King Henry's father, the former monarch James, and champion of Ulmater. So this guy's close with them. Like,
Oh god, something else I didn't mention that is really important that I'm feeling stupid for not mentioning before. Kat, you would also know, having rolled a 19 on your history check, that King James also wields what's called the Ethereum Shard. Oh god, how did I not mention that? It's really important. Are you there, Charlotte?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, so the Ethereum Shard is, so there's like imagine a giant crystal, that's what powers the beam. A long time ago, about 1,300, exactly 1,378 years ago, a shard of this giant crystal that keeps all the planes together exploded off and landed in the material plane, and that crater created Thudersgrem in the first place. And Thudersgrem used this crystal as like a power source for forever, and they didn't really understand it, and they hated magic anyway, so they had like a very small relegated people who were like allowed to experiment on it. And one way or another, King James somehow absorbed this power, and no one knows what happens after that, because they don't tell anyone, but they just know that whatever the power that Thudersgrem used to have is now inside of their king, who is not king anymore because he's retired. And they don't know what's going to happen after he dies. Thudersgrem won't tell anyone that, or they don't know themselves. Yeah, I didn't mention that, and that's kind of a really important... Like, so when the Ethereum Shard crashed to Earth, it created the crisis in the first place. Have I told you about the crisis?
Yes.
I know I told you, but them. Yeah.
I think you have.
Yeah, so the crisis, when the Ethereum Shard shot to the beam, it, like, made every sentient being from every other plane, gods, demons, etc., they dumped them all into the material plane. So they had to get back.
Yes, you had mentioned that. I do know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. And so some places of the Earth, like the Dark Zone, or like several zones here often is scarred permanently by the events of the crisis, because some of the gods were like, huh, material plane? Fuck this, and they left. But some of them hung out for a while, and so their kind of like essence is still affecting the material plane. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean...
So King James, I said all that to say, King James is quite possibly the most powerful mortal ever, and they just choose not to tell anyone the scope of it. He just lives there, and no one's gonna fuck with Thudersgrem because their king could like melt them without just thinking about it. He hasn't, but they're pretty sure he could.
So, think of this as a young man. You will never live up to the sheer scope and power of your father. You can use the legacy.
You want to entice him with that motivation?
Yeah, I say we goad him. Just saying, becoming a god will cement your legacy. Would it not?
I think that would be pretty damn convincing.
I don't know about that motive, but it's him to decide. We offer the choice, and he's decided. But sure, yeah, you can say that.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, yeah.
Let's, you guys want to actually go to Augath's office and invite him and Garfield out to dinner, or should we just...
Yeah, let's go talk to them, I guess, yeah.
Cool.
Sounds great.
What time is it now? And like...
It's like 6 p.m.
Yeah, let's go out over there. Let's grab dinner.
Okay, so you guys head down to Augath's lab?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's in the kind of lower middle part of town, not in the like general where every other kind of wizard does the research, because Augath thinks that's pretentious, and that's why he does it down here.
And probably the real estate's cheaper.
Definitely is, 100%. Yeah. So you guys roll up to Augath's lab. What do you do? It's the same kind of just stone and metal building you saw before.
We knock again, and I guess we wait for him to give us the go-ahead to come in.
You knock, and the green writing appears. It's open.
Alright. Walk in, and I guess take a deep breath and wait for him to teleport us in.
Yeah, you only have to wait a couple seconds, but you are surrounded by, like, you know, the glyphs on the floor light up, and you are beamed into wherever the fuck Augath's real lab is. And He's standing there the same way you kind of saw him before. Black turtleneck. He looks like Steve Jobs, but he's a giant. He looks like Henry Cavill in the new Sherlock Holmes movie, except for he's older. He's like 50, I think. No, he's almost 60 now, because he was older than James was back. Anyway, technically he's like 90 because he was in a time warp for a while. Anyway, read my first novel if you want to find out more. It's not very good, but I wrote it. So. Yes, he stands there. You'd immediately see Garfield is like sitting next to a table, which the table's really tall here, but there's a shorter one. You assume it was brought just for Garfield because it's new, based on last time you were here, and he's working on something very small, some kind of crystal and metal thing. And Augath's like obviously got the same kind of green crystals you guys saw him working on last time. With like it's like a circular ball with like gold band. It's not lit up and it hasn't exploded this time, but it's the same. You can tell it's the same project. But he's like, "Hey guys, what's up? How's your first 5 days in Lacadia?"
It's kind of been a ride.
Really?
Oh, it's so fun. We make some good money. So to say thank you, since you help us and everything, we would like to invite you for dinner.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage, I'd say, because he likes you guys.
Okay. Okay, thank God for the advantage.
I need to apply his character sheet.
He's probably gonna look at my eyes and see they're kind of bloodshot and just kind of like stressed.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20? Yeah, I'd say, even without rolling on his behalf, he's gonna say, yeah, I mean, we were just talking about dinner plans, and Garfield finally looks up from the tiny project he's working on, and he goes, "Oh my god, you guys! We've had the greatest time. I can't wait, we need to talk all about it. I've had a week."
Yeah, same.
That's what we're here for. Let's go have some fun. We just make some money. By the way, I don't know how much money I just have.
Add 150 from the holy symbols.
Okay, 150.
Oh yeah, we didn't divvy that up yet.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
So just everyone gets 150.
Got it, thanks.
Is that, including Spike too? We need to remember to tell him. Define Garfield. In my big binder of boys.
Yeah, there is.
And I tell them like, oh my god, this is the first time I ever make some money on my own. I always being paid for, and feels so good.
Garfield's like, I know, right? I have literally, in the last few days, I have made more friends. There are so many like-minded people in this town. I love it here.
It is great. Alright, so I asked Augath, like, hey Augath, do you know any good place to eat? What's your favorite place to eat?
Augath's gonna say, well, my favorite place to eat is there's a taco stand a couple, blocks from here, but I don't think that's the kind of atmosphere we're looking for with this particular occasion. And
No, tacos sound good.
Yeah, we can sit, outside. That sound like
Also,
a fun
you got any
day.
tobacco, tobacco's left for, for a pipe?
because I actually don't smoke, we can swing by a
Cool.
store on the way.
I need it.
Hold on. Let's see. What's his fucking insight? It's only a +4. He's gonna look at you and go, "You good, Phil? The Macadia culture wearing on you?"
Rover, do an impression of our other robotic friend again.
I think Rover's gonna just look around because he's not here. So that's the impression. He's impersonating him as he currently is, which is gone.
Yeah.
Wait. Do we want to talk about the coal line to Augath?
Yeah,
we didn't discuss.
I was gonna use that to drum it up, but I'm like, no, do it that one time when we were in his room and he read a book.
Okay, he does it again, and Augath looks confused.
Yeah, basically that. That's stressing me out.
Okay, we can talk it over dinner.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We could go to a fancy place, or we could go to a taco stand and eat in the park. do you
I mean, if your favorite food is taco, we can go to a fancier taco shop and get some margaritas with it.
I mean, have you ever been to a taco stand, man? Those guys make some bomb ass,
Yeah, but it's at night. I don't know if like I don't know what time they open. Like
taco stands open 24/7, baby.
in
Fuel
Gold
City Tacos.
in Goldgreen, it's just velvet taco, but
So yeah, we can go outside. Sitting outside, find a good park and eat there. It's fine.
Yeah, I can badmouth Pan into the trees.
Yeah.
openly talk shit about Pan in the middle of the forest, see what happens.
That's a good plan.
Are you good with that, Kat?
Yeah, sounds fine.
Honestly,
Okay.
I figured Cat would be the most averse about talking shit to about trees to their tree daddy.
Wow.
What was that?
I figured you'd be you had the strongest feelings about talking shit about the tree daddy to the trees.
I mean, I don't follow Pan.
Yeah, but didn't some of his boys beat the shit out of you last time we were in his temple?
Oh, fuck you.
Huh?
Hey, no, I'm not faulting you, man. Fucking trees. I've seen enough hentai to know where this goes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god.
So, I think Garfield
Oh.
and Augath like put their kind of project they're working on to the side, and I think Garfield would put on rain boots, jorts, and a tank top, and a cowboy hat, and he would walk. Because I have to say what Garfield's wearing every day because fashion's his thing. Anyway, so
Is this fashion?
no.
That is innovative and that is gorgeous. You are
Sounds like the lead,
you are
the bass guitarist from System of a Downs.
I'm gonna say Garfield are an innovator, not a follower. I love it.
It says, honey, I try. Okay, so you guys walk down the street to the taco stand, and then I assume you get tacos and margaritas, because this city doesn't give a shit about alcohol. Alcohol laws, anyway. Liquor
There's
licenses.
alcohol law?
Liquor licenses are not a thing yet.
Oh yeah.
And so then you walk to like a park, and Augath, as people see him in the park, he starts to walk towards like a certain gazebo, and people who are like in that gazebo leave. And like without him even like saying anything or looking at them, and you guys sit down, and there's like a picnic table, and he's fucking huge, so he sits on a picnic table as you guys sit at the other ones, and he talks to you like that way.
August, why are these
Considering.
Oh yeah, you guys have your own. You sit on top of the table and then eat with your sitting in your laps, and everyone else sits at the table. If y'all feel me.
I'm gonna ask August, hey August, why are these people going away from you?
So, well, I think they're scared of me.
You seem so friendly.
Well, I try to be, with a whole 7 charisma, but I don't know. I guess I rub people the wrong way. Being a magic user from Thudersgrem, I don't really fit in anywhere, I guess.
Oh, they don't like magic in this town either?
Oh no, this town, Golgri, that's all they fucking do.
Yeah.
It's magic and drug trafficking is about it.
Okay. So, why did you leave Thudersgrem?
Oh, yeah, well, I'll make a persuasion check to see if he feels good about you enough to tell you.
Really? I butter him up this whole time and not good enough? A 16.
A 16? Yeah, oh, I'm popping my back, I'm sorry. Yeah, he'll kind of shrug and say, yeah, I mean, it's kind of common knowledge, so I'm not really that worried about telling you, but, so, my dear friend, James, got kidnapped, and, I spent 30 years looking for him, and, in Thudersgrem, it's all don't use magic, magic's bad, but then I realized it'd be a hell of a lot easier to find him if I had magic, so I learned it. And then I continued to not find him, so I continued to learn magic, and I got really, really, really good at it. And so now I am not quite welcome in Thudersgrem, based on, I've done some other stuff that's unsavory in that town also, but then being a magic user on top of that, they'd probably forgive one of them, but not both. And then being in Golgari. So I still think that, you know, magic is dangerous, even though I practice it. But so that's, you know, it rubs people the wrong way here in Golgari, and I used to be the Thudersgrem ambassador before James retired, and then so I've kind of made a though Golgari is my Thudersgrem will always be my home. I live in Golgari even though people don't like me here either. So my reputation precedes me, and not always in the best way.
I seem like James seemed like a good friend. Do you come back often to visit him?
Yeah. Every couple days I'll teleport there and hang out.
Oh, okay. How about, I heard Kat talking about, like, the king and everybody's there, like, you know some royalties.
Yeah, know 'em is the word. And...
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know them. Do you talk to, King, what is the king name again?
He kind of takes a tenuous breath and he says the current king is James's son, Henry.
Yeah, how is he? Did you talk to him? Do you, like, friend with him?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a good kid. Yeah. He's James's
Okay.
son. How could he not be?
For, you know, how that's it. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's the son of your best friend. Don't you have more thing to say?
I mean, you want me to be real with you, Kara?
Yeah, I would. I love to. Thank you for trusting me. You know, I love to learn people's stories.
Promotions to all of you, like Garfield included. And he's like, that you guys being from Sankarel means that I want to help you out in any way that I can. But being so close to Thudersgrem, you know, it's always a give and take of how much do I tell people just because, and then how could that be? So when you get right down to it, everything's a matter of national security. And even though I don't live there anymore, I care deeply about the people who do. So, though I know we're all pals and friends and everything, I'm hesitant to tell you anything more than you wouldn't know having, like, just going there. Do y'all feel me?
That's fine. Question,
I
though.
understand.
I know you probably have heard this a lot, but I gotta ask. So was it really you, part of the team, that banished a god?
He kind of laughs and scratches his head. Yeah, I was there.
You banished a god.
Didn't do it alone.
A being of ultimate power.
I mean, Vecna wasn't ultimate power, he's only fucking... Necromancers worship the guy, but yeah. Necromancers and people who live in Dunan, but...
So what was that like?
Well, I mean, we almost died a lot. It was, you get the idea that Augath is not a public speaker of any kind. Being that he has a 7 charisma. He's a behind-the-scenes man. He's like, so it just, I mean, we had the tools to do it, and we went and did it, and we almost died, and it was super spooky. And I've been around the block, you could say, but I was worried a time or two, just to say the least.
So
Okay.
does that shape your opinions on gods at all?
I mean, being so.
Because I think that would have shaped our experiences quite drastically. I mean, you guys even worship even differently up here. It's weird.
Yeah, I bet it is. The thing is, though I'm from Thudersgrem, and the kind of thought there is that, you can't trust gods because they don't actually care about you. I'm also the champion of Soon, who's the goddess of love, which, for a man as dashing and all that as I am, it's weird. Let me just say that she chose me. I didn't go for the,
Did she it kind of like makes him Fel kind of makes a motion like kind of forcefully, force upon herself?
No.
Okay, I read that completely wrong. Wow.
No, I have not. No, don't fuck soon. No. I would be obliterated.
Sounds like all of Apollo's girlfriends and boyfriends
Sacrilege.
end up dying.
I want that twink obliterated. Have you guys heard that? That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my god.
I know it's an old meme. I just found it again the other day. I'm like sitting back like, that's really goddamn funny. Anyway, he's like, no. She chose me because I went on a quest for my dear friend James, and she's like, you love someone purely, etc. And then she's like, how about you do shit for me? And I'm like, oh, cool, great. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so cute. I love it. I love the story.
Well, if I may impose upon you a question. Rover, do the impression again?
Of
Spike, yes.
Okay, he does it.
Good boy. Give him a pat.
Clink, clink.
That is my current issue right now. Not this robot, the other one that, kind of just poofed.
The one that was here before?
Yeah.
What's his name, Spike?
Yeah, he's now growing moss.
What?
Yeah, it turns out he's basically the chosen one of Pan.
What?
Yeah, we're kind of dealing with that.
Garfield,
We have to wash. You have to wash each other's feet now. It's a new thing. It's all crazy.
So while you guys may not have been messiahs, you banished a god. So maybe could you give us a few pointers?
Oh God. Where's Spike now? Is he with Pan? Them?
Maybe. He kind of just poofed.
What do you say to Augath to explain? Because he's gonna insist that you explain. Any of you, what would you say? I guess Fel was the one who was there, but
He read a book and started freaking out like multiple times, and then grew really chill with all the vines wrapping around him.
Okay.
And then we went and talked to a couple of priests and paladins. What's her face's name? The head cleric of.
Lady Flora?
Yeah, Lady Flora. Yeah, she directly mentioned that, he talked directly to Pan. Like, to a god.
What were you gonna say, Clara?
Oh, I'm just gonna say, like, we don't know as much magic as you do, and we're not as religious as you are, so I'm just asking for your opinion of what the, Fel just said. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, for 5 days in Macadia being chosen by a god, you folks are moving up very quickly in the world. Congratulations.
Yeah, it definitely feels.
I mean, we weren't chosen, just Spike.
To be fair, he was already kind of like chosen enough. I mean, like, he was lucky to even be born. Quote,
Was
unquote.
he born?
If he was born, I feel very sorry for his mother.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, what does Pan want him to do?
It's the cold lines, actually. Some way of appeasing the she-bitch unbelief.
Really?
Yeah. Trippy shit, right?
How the hell is that done?
At this point of the conversation, I was kind of fucking stressed, and I may have got a itty bitty tiny super bit duper high.
Oh, Pan will do that to you, yeah.
Okay.
So
Gonna be-
that's actually something that we were hoping that you could help us with. We were wondering, with these things that we're doing, and with James, with the celestial sword bond. We don't need to know how it works. We just wanted to know if he could help, and we thought you might be able to make that connection for us.
Did you say celestial sword bond? What did you say?
The shard thing.
Yeah, so, to elaborate on James a little, when he was a kid, they thought the shard was in his mom, actually, and so they started out with, meditation to try and get her to release it, but then they realized it was more powerful when she was stressed out, and so they started torturing his mom, and then they figured, well, in order to hurt her, we'll just torture James, right? And so they did that for his whole life. And so now that we've figured out the shard's actually in him, and since he was tortured for a while, that's why he was kidnapped, because the wizards wanted to try to figure out how to get it out of him. When they figured out they couldn't, they just hooked him up to a battery, because the Ethereum shard affects magic in particular, making it extremely more powerful. James doesn't even let me study it. He has promised it to Ilmater when he dies, when he goes to heaven. He's going to give Ilmater the shard. If that's the way it works, we don't even know. The gods we've asked don't know what happens to the shard when he dies. But hopefully he's going to try to give it to Ilmater to make him more powerful, because he figures Ilmater's kind of the only god, other than Soon, who gives a shit about us puny mortals. So, until then, he won't even let me study it. That's not, you could try to convince him, but also that's made more difficult.
Man, only 2 gods that give a shit?
That's from a Thudersgremian's perspective. Take that with a grain of salt, even as I say it.
Well,
even the gods that come from the people, you know, ascended, you don't even think they give a shit? Vecna is probably one to, an exception to that.
Right. I'd say the Raven Queen's out for the greater good, but also there's some, even if they're doing something that indirectly helps people, they're still doing it for themselves.
Well, we asked you because, Kat is from here. But we are, Oh, wait, did we tell him our identity yet?
Yes, he is very aware.
Yeah, he was working with the Vivianites to, help get you guys reacclimated, because he runs a bunch of, mental hospitals and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm sure he's heard some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I'm knowing our identity, we are new to this place, and I don't think we can make this decision ourselves. One of our friends become things, and then we're just gonna do it, and then fucked up the world that we just enter. It's not, it's not nice. So we would like to ask your opinion, and then if you can get us to Thudersgrem, we can ask the king opinions and see, what is happening. What can we do with this information?
We bring this up simply because you guys had more experience dealing with the gods in a more physical manner than literally anyone else on Earth.
Yeah.
Or on this world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We don't want to do this ourselves.
I would say, honestly, what goes into appeasing Umberly, the sea bitch?
I heard something about a sacrifice, and we're wondering if you guys can figure out a way around that, or would have a suitable arrangement.
What kind of a sacrifice? It's not people, is it?
I think it's people. It's Umberly, man.
Yeah.
But you can just sacrifice criminal, right? Like bad people.
That's still not good. It's being that
you cannot just kill bad people.
Being that the love of my life is the champion of the patron saint of prisoners. No.
Wait,
Okay, so that's out of the picture.
He'll finally admit to you, yeah, me and... It's complicated.
Sorry.
I'm with James. It's just, when I say we're good friends, I really mean it. Yeah.
You are the best of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still have the mindset of the other place. If you don't like something, you kill something. You know, like, it's just not good there. You know, I need to change.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it comes and goes here, but yeah.
So maybe, you know, we can ask him and discuss some other solution. Okay.
You, the former king, and this Lord Jaegerin, they seem like pretty experienced folks when it comes to, at the very least, pissing a god off enough that, you know.
I mean, hey, if worst comes to worst, we can just try and banish Umberly. That wouldn't work. We're not.
Yeah, how do you banish a god? I mean, I'm curious to find that out.
What are the consequences of banning the god of weather?
Well,
severe, I'd imagine.
I mean, when we banish Vecna, necromancy still happens. There's just no one kind of regulating it. Or like, you know, if you banished both Merkul and the Raven Queen, death would still happen. There'd just be no one in charge of that. So if you banished Umberly, there's still going to be the ocean and weather. It just won't be on purpose.
And could escalate to...
Yeah.
I mean, is it still as bad as the cold line?
I mean, the cold line is pretty rough.
Yeah, so would King Hendry care about the coal line if we offer him, you know, this method to like get rid of it? Would he consider meeting us?
Sacrifice, but you know, as far as attaining the other ingredients, and so long as the sacrifice stayed far away from Thudersgrem, I think he was okay with it.
I mean,
would he care enough to meet us if we have a way, at least?
I mean, I'm not gonna speak for my nephew, but
yeah, but do you think you can like help us help us go there and talk to him? Because we have this knowledge that it just can help millions of people. So we would like to share it with the king.
You see him like kind of pause in thought for a while, and he's like, I mean...
I also ate all my tacos. If you're gonna eat yours, I will.
No, you go ahead. Takes a sip of his like margarita and it's a go cup. Like, it's like a half gallon because it's a half dry. It takes forever for him to get drunk. Yeah. So he's like, I mean, I don't think we've ever considered even reversing the cold lines before. I'm not even sure I put together that it was Umberly causing them.
So this is completely good, like, discovery that we just made here.
This is new shit, man.
Yeah, the king should totally know about this.
Huh. Let me roll something really quick.
Uh-oh. Do I need to roll?
No.
Okay. Did you sense my motive?
Only an 11, huh? Only an 11, huh? But I thought about it, I'm very stupid. So would he think about it being very smart?
What?
You're not stupid.
Listen, bruh, you
Think
don't know...
about what?
Okay.
The motive?
I've known
So-
you literally your entire life. You ain't dumb.
Well, I appreciate your faith in me. But, so Augath says... So here's... My question is... I mean, I guess you may have already said it, but I just want to ask out loud just to kind of gauge you guys. So, why would you come to Thudersgrem specifically with this?
There's two people who vanished a god, two people who are champions of gods, and also you have the greatest industrial might of Acadia, apparently.
And besides that, you're the only one we know who is friend with a king and a former king. Everybody else we know is little peasants. They don't know anybody in power that could actually help us with this. They don't know anybody. We don't know anybody who would have any of that kind of influence.
Yeah, I motioned to Kat, like, yeah, we're kind of like in the deep end.
I want every single one of you to make me a persuasion check, and I'm gonna average them together.
Oh shit! What?
Well, fuck me.
Okay. Not bad. 18.
17.
17. No, sorry, 14. I caught it on the 13 right before we went to a 1. Yeah, it just did.
Says, so you all want me to take you to Henry to talk about this?
Or at least give us a letter of introduction.
Okay. How about this? How about, I'll send him a message tonight, and, tell him what you told me, and then we'll go from there.
That's all we're asking for. That we would appreciate that very much.
Yes, that would be great.
If you can leave out the impression of my little friend here, that'd be awesome.
No,
Say that I did it.
I wouldn't write that down.
That I'm a great impressionist. Skilled at ventriloquism.
Sure. I might need to, talk to the pan folks, maybe.
Thank you so much. Oh my god, the margarita is so good. You want one more? I'm gonna get you one more. Okay.
No, I'm good. I need to go back to working on some stuff after this, but yeah, thank you though.
All right, an extra
Hold
taco.
on.
Then. You need that for the late night. Snack for late night studies.
Yeah. I just
And,
came to a dark realization or something.
What?
Hey, Kara. I start speaking
What?
in, what is that?
Nachalin.
Machan.
To Kara. Like, he just mentioned he's gonna talk to the Pan folks. We are fucked. We need to come clean soon.
Pan
least
folk? What does pan folk knows?
The Pan
He
folks
didn't
know
say
that we
that.
are looking for Henry.
Wait, did he talk about the pan folk? Why did
Yeah, he said he was gonna talk to the Pan folks.
I thought he said he's gonna talk to
the Pan
Henry.
folks. No, he's gonna send a message to Henry and then talk to the Pan folks.
You could convince him not to. Somehow.
The pan folks
I mean,
are a bunch of hides,
How about
drugs.
this?
The Pan folks
why-
are in with Pan, so they would know about the sacrifice. We should really wait to involve them.
That's what you say to Augath?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want them to think that we're not trying for this and then let them go on their own and make these sacrifices before we're able to think of a different solution. As long as they think that we're actively trying to find for them these sacrifices, innocent people don't have to die.
Wait, that doesn't help. It might reveal our motive again. Wait,
Here,
the
let me tell you
pan. Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Keep going.
It's okay. So while you guys start speaking Nachalin, I'm gonna say that Augath actually thinks about it, and he does want another margarita, and so he's gonna go walk back to the taco stand and take Garfield with him, so you guys have a moment alone. Okay, because it would be very suspicious if you're gonna like, hey, by the way, and he can't understand you, and he's gonna cast detect, perceive languages or whatever this fucking spell is, and then just know. So I'm gonna say that he leaves for a moment just to metagame and give you some time to figure out something.
Guys, we got in deep. He granted he tipped his hand to us that we have an opportunity to unfuck this.
Okay. Let me go back. If he talked to the pan people, he probably just asked them about, is it true that the coal lines and shit? Why would our topic come up?
Because
there's a little chance.
They pointed me directly to Augath to get a hold of the king.
Yeah, so that's what.
So they're gonna
Augath
say,
showed
hey,
up there and be like, oh,
hey,
yeah, I was talking to Fel and those Sankarelian folks. Or you might not mention the Sankarel part, but he's saying, oh, I've talked to that Fel, that Fel fellow. That will raise some pretty big flags to them because they were highly uncomfortable with telling me with this information. Very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Or wait,
Here's the thing.
What were you saying, Kat?
Oh, sorry, Kat.
It's okay.
What I was trying to say
It's okay.
is
We need
that
to work on not interrupting each other. I'm sorry, I just did it while I was saying that. Okay, go ahead, Kat.
what I was trying to say is that if the Pan people pointed y'all directly at Augath, and he goes and starts talking about stuff, they're gonna go, oh hey, did those people that we send to you ever come? Because that's what you ask. It's a normal thing to ask. But our whole thing is that Pan wants us to make this sacrifice, right? He wants us to kill 10,000 people. So, if we tell Augath that the Pan people think that we are rounding up 10,000 people to go kill, then they're not going to go and do it. But if all of a sudden they find out that we're not gathering up the 10,000 people, then word gets back to Pan that we're trying to like pull some fast shit on him. And then he's going to send the trees to kill us.
Okay.
Why you would think
Okay. That's also fine.
So,
I look at
that
the
is
trees
our
around
explanation for why he should not talk to the followers of Pan.
Are you eyeing the trees around us as we speak?
Maybe a little bit.
Plant-based PTSD.
They're in the trees, man. They're in the fucking trees.
They are the trees.
What I was also saying is if he even talked to the Pan people and the Pan people like rat us out, what you didn't tell them that we are looking for the king. You're telling them that a tribe something looking for a king, right?
No,
But it doesn't
What I
matter
told him is
because
that-
he knows that we were looking for these people and that all of a sudden they told him that he could go to Augath for that. It doesn't matter what the motives are. It still looks fishy.
I mean, it was not
But we
us.
can just
that
tell
they
him
saw-
not to talk to the Pan people. There's no reason he needs to talk to them. We can just give him this like, hey, we're kind of worried about this, and just avoid the issue entirely.
You know, I really hope that the other guy, who was his name, Spike is here because I think Augath wanted to talk to the Pan people because he wants to confirm our stories. That's the thing, right? If the other guy's here, we just show him, and he would not have to talk to the Pan people.
Oh yeah, did I ever get back that kick-ass book?
Yeah, they let you keep it.
Okay, sweet. I'll just carefully whip it out around, Actually, you know what? I still got the pan flute too.
You've got every
Yeah,
floral which Spike has.
Okay, yeah. You know what? When
We
they
can
come
confirm
back,
with
I'll
him,
just,
and he
like,
doesn't have to talk to them.
I'll just straight up be like, listen. We kind of are in, we'll be like, we're kind of in deep with these folks, and we're not entirely down with the murder of 10,000 people. We're down with the murder of 2.5 million.
Great.
That's besides the point. We're not kind of down with the murder of 10,000 people, and it's all in this book. But I warn you, you probably shouldn't read it, considering I have Rover do the
Go ahead.
pantomiming again.
Yeah, okay. Okay, is everyone good with that? Or you
Yeah,
guys wanna
we
do
we
something
can
else?
we can go with that, and then Kat can also talk about her story, and yeah.
Okay, so Augath and Garfield come back. Also, by the way, do any of you want to make an insight check?
Insight check. Okay.
Sure.
Oh shit, 19?
9.
18.
9, 18.
Insight. Oh, okay, 19.
Okay, so Fel and Clara, you can see that as they're walking back, Garfield is like desperately trying to flirt with Augath, and Augath is just like almost purposefully ignoring it. That's all I wanted to tell you. So,
Okay.
Poor Garfield.
To get Garfield's attention, I pull out the pan flute and be like, "Can you describe me the value of such an item?"
sets the margarita down. Can I touch it?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Touches it, takes it. He casts Identify on it, I guess. And he's like, I actually wrote down what this does. Hold on, let me find it. Pass notes. It's gonna be at the bottom, because I just moved this over today. Not thinking that I'd need it, and then I did.
At least you know where it's at.
At least I know where it's at.
I
Pages to load
mean,
in 19.
Garfield.
Okay, there we go. I'm scrolling down and it's like continuing to load it's endlessly. Okay, so the pan flute. Where is it? Where is it? Oh god. Yeah. So he tells you, he's like, you can. I mean, this is like it's a pan flute, and it was made by Pan himself, which makes it. You asked about the value, priceless. To the right person. You can cast Communion with Nature once a day without a spell slot with this. So you can,
that's cool.
Talk to plants. And also, if you blow on it, the plants will just move for you. Just because they're answering back, even though you haven't actually cast it. You have to attune to it in order to actually cast a spell. But if you don't attune to it, you can just make plants wiggle.
Point being is that, yeah, the Pan people don't know I have this.
You didn't tell them?
Fuck no. They would have sacrificed 10,000 people.
That's true.
I mean, I thought they a bunch of high people. When we went there, it's like they're a bunch of like drugs and they're so high, right?
Though I haven't used Garfield's voice this whole time. God damn. Okay.
It's okay.
He's Garfield's like, yeah, I mean, as far as like, godly imparted objects goes, it's not that powerful. But I'm pretty sure with as old as that is, that's probably how Pan taught people how to commune with nature in the first place. Like, that's the first recorded instance of commune with nature, the spell. Because Pan taught people that with that. So, like, don't lose it, I guess, because
It's kind of slowly stuff it back in my bag.
yeah, I don't know when the fuck you're gonna use it, but it's, historically, that's kind of a big deal. And then, what did you say, Kara? I already forgot because I'm trying to concentrate on doing Garfield's voice.
Oh no, I was just saying no, not the first. I see you. It's not the first time you handled the flute.
Oh, girl, I have all. I've got recorders and clarinets. You have no idea.
Yeah, you seem very comfortable playing with them.
Anyway, look over the big man and be like, so, listen, I don't want the Pan people to catch wind that I've kind of got their stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
And, I kind of don't want them to catch wind that kind of look for loopholes in their whole plan.
Loopholes? Oh, to not kill 10,000 people? Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, because, if they do find out we're trying to wiggle our way out of, like, some logistic deal with their, green daddy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll be honest. With the Ethereum Stone and James, he can just literally just give people power through it, but on principle he doesn't. So if you can convince him that this is necessary enough to use something he's sworn to never use, maybe we can avoid using humanoid souls, because the Ethereum shard is...
I imagine unpredictable.
Just extremely powerful. And so, another wrinkle with trying to convince James to do anything. Do you folks know what the Maw is?
We've been hearing about it.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it. There's some people like the dream, right?
Yeah, so I actually haven't talked to Soon in about 7 years, because the Maw vision, the more often, no one knows what it is, but the more often you have it, you tend to go crazy. So I told Soon to stop talking to me, unless it was like, life or death, end of the world shit. And several other champions of gods have as well, because when you're, if you're a cleric or a paladin, they send you the occasional message when there's something dire happening. But at champion, we would talk to the gods every day. It's almost like a constant conversation. So I told Soon to stop talking to me for, my own sanity's sake. Now, James never stopped talking to Ilmater. So he's the reason he retired early. And I guess most people know this, it's not that big of a deal to tell you. But the reason he retired early is because he's gone mildly insane.
Oh dear.
And he's also, just happens to be the most powerful mortal on Earth ever. And he's mildly insane, which is a problem. So that's kind of what we're dealing with now, and why Henry had to take over so early.
Do you know how to fix this problem, or do you have an idea of how to fix James' problem?
If I knew how to fix it, I'd have done it already, sister.
Right. Are you right? So this the maw.
The what?
Another object we just came into possession of that Spike currently has, wherever he's at. It apparently, if you attune to it, you get to read this fancy dancy book that is like the prophecy of diffusing Umberly. You think that would help with insanity?
Does the world help with that? Like it.
Mine.
But you said any god talk to you will cause this maw and insanity, so I don't think you want to use that to talk.
Gives you advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Oh, he's reading my write-up because I left my notes open.
The laurel thing.
Yeah,
okay.
the laurel that it gives you advantage on wisdom saves, including sanity saving throws. So Augath would tell you is like I wouldn't know without looking at it. But if you don't mind, when Spike comes back to town, could you tell me?
Yeah, sure. Tell you what, we'll give you a trade. We'll let you look at the evergreen laurel if you give us a ride to Thudersgrem.
I mean, I can't guarantee that Henry's gonna want to talk to you.
Yeah, but it's better than walking that entire way, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, sure. That's.
Thank you.
It's like, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Whenever Spike gets here, we'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. We also want to see the world, like we've been, trapped inside one for a long time.
Can you mum's a word to the pan people? I really don't want them to take their shit back.
Yeah,
Especially the evergreen laurel. That's a pretty cool piece of green.
It's like, yeah, I don't trust anybody to be able to make her in soon, so yeah, I'm not gonna tell him shit. You can see plainly because Augath has a -2 to deception. He's extremely excited about the probability of something could reverse insanity. Extremely excited. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Does anyone have any finishing thoughts, Kat, Kara?
Not in front of him, but I have something to talk about us.
Okay, how about you, Kat?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. But there's something else you wanted to say too about, did I skip you? I'm sorry. Or did you get it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, I thought you had something else to talk about. I'm sorry.
I forgot about it. It was a long time ago.
I'm sorry, I talk too much. That's my fault.
No, it's
I'm gonna tell Augath that, well, this is a great dinner hangout. I would love to do this again.
This is, well, yeah, sure, if I'm taking you to Thudersgrem, we'll be having several more.
This is lovely, and thank you so much for your help. I'll let you go back to your study then. And I asked Garfield to come with me for a little bit. Like, Garfield, are you free? Would you mind talking to us a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You guys
and
go
then,
away from the gazebo a little bit, or what?
Yeah, I mean, no, later. After you go back to the tower, and we're gonna call Garfield aside, and I'm gonna ask him some question.
Oh, okay. I guess Garfield's gonna say hey, I'm gonna hang out with the just the Son Carell crew. I'll meet you back later. And Augath's like, all right, bye. And
Okay.
Well, keep in touch. Whenever Spike gets back, I guess we'll hit the teleportation circle. Like instead of hitting the road, you guys get it. And he walks out.
Thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy your tacos. I was talking to Garfield. Garfield, you have been working with Augath for a long time, right?
Well, about 5 days, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you worked with him before that. No.
No, I mean,
Oh.
I've been talking to the Vivianites about, escaping Son Carell for a while, but Augath I've just met the other day.
He seemed like a cool guy. He's nice, right?
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Okay, but I just wanted to see, I really wanted to learn as much as we can about him before we trusting him with, this crazy things that we have.
Oh, like crazy stuff like the pan stuff?
Yeah, the pan stuff. Yeah. Oh god, that was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird.
I have never get into this crazy things before, just so you know.
Me either.
Yeah, he seemed to care about James a lot, didn't he?
Well, I mean, he's only told me a little, but they're, soulmates or something.
Oh, cool. He believed in soulmate.
You want to make an insight check?
Yeah. I want. Oh shit! No! It's 11.
11. Let me just roll some. This isn't Garfield's anything. Okay, so you get the idea that Garfield didn't mean literally. But, yeah.
Didn't mean what? Didn't mean
Like, he doesn't think they're literally soulmates, like how the way that Henry and the Emperor are. He means that, as the expression of, they're really close.
Yeah, I mean, they love each other and everything, right?
I mean, yeah, that's what it, whenever he talks about him, that's what it sounds like.
And he would do a lot. He would try anything to save James.
I mean,
from his insanity.
That's from what Augath says. I can't believe I have to explain all this in this voice. He says, so the way that the Maw, what Augath says anyway, the way that the Maw drives you crazy is that it slowly takes away how you communicate. So, Augath says that James hasn't spoken a sentence other than the Maw is coming for the last, 6 years. That's all he's been able to say or hear, and so, King James just doesn't talk to anybody anymore.
Okay. Alright. Well, thanks, Garfield. Let's go back to the tower.
Okay. You guys go and drop Garfield off at home, or?
Yeah, where are we living? Where we go to an inn or something?
Yeah, you what, guys? I think you were in the Sandy Cheeks Tavern.
Right.
Which is the only.
Is it okay if we wrap it up here for the night?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. If you guys want to stop, he's like, the Sandy Cheeks Tavern is the only one I remember because, of course, I would. But yeah, is there anybody want to have any kind of finishing thoughts before we wrap up?
I would just have to the group
defend pedophilia because he's so loyal to his emperor.
It's not you; it's Stella defending it.
Yeah, it's still creepy.
Okay.
I just want to say the group we might have a hold on Augath because Augath would do anything to restore James' sanity. Maybe we can offer what if his children become a god and can get rid of that to save James. I don't know. Maybe we have one thing in our bag. One more tricks in our bags to deal with to convince them.
It's one more angle.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just talking about a group among us.
How about you, Kat?
I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll see y'all next week.
I see you next week. That was fun. Are we gaining level now?
Right, yes. Be level 5 next
cool.
time.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Bye, guys. That was fun.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, it's Bailey Ford, your Dungeon Master. Thank you for listening to another episode of Cowboys and Illithids. I would like to thank our regular players, Charlotte, John, Matt, Hip, and John. Hip also drew our cover art, and the background music is from tabletopaudio.com. Please share the show if you liked it, and feel free to pose questions or comments to us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at @CIllithids, and on Tumblr with the Cowboys and Illithids or CAI podcast hashtag. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in a few days.